All right, guys, if you guys want to really blow your mind, you could see me now. I'm on another channel. So I'm doing 4 streams right now. And if you guys understand what's happening here on this RGTI, big fan of the quantum stocks, big fan. I'm a bearish guy overall, but I'm the most bullish bear you'll ever meet because the year 2012, 2013, and most of 2014, I spent my days getting my ass kicked, just to be polite, because I know I keep getting banned from TikTok. I was getting lit up, and I refused to give up because I did very, very well when the market crashed in 99, and I was delusional. I thought, okay, I saw the same thing. This market can't keep going up like this. Oh, it certainly can. And I fought it for 3 years and I lost bad to the point where I quit the industry. I gave up and I just went right back to the trade that works. Volume weighted average price, chart pattern recognition meets volume weighted average price. I've accepted the fact that VWAP is my master. And if you guys are in Vegas, I'll be doing this on stage on February 24th, 8:30 in the morning. I'm doing 2 Vegas presentations if you guys want to hang out. And we can talk more about that coming in Thursday or Friday. I mean, talk more about last week. So lots to unpack there. If you guys are just meeting me, hello, good to see you. What's up, YouTubers? So I've been doing this my whole life, right? So this chart pattern has been working for me since 90s, right? You ever notice a stock likes to go down and then down some more, then it goes back up? Precisely. There's a science to it. So the market likes to fake you out and then shake you out, and then it breaks out. Fake them out, shake them out, break out. Faux show bro. So what we've concocted here with the yellow and blue line is that VWAP and our special sauce called multiple time frame VWAP. In this case, they're kind of running simultaneous because we had one less day, but there it is. So that's 2 days worth of data. So with every trade that we put on, right, we know exactly why we're buying it. Fake them out, shake them out. Here comes the rally. But more importantly, you know where you're buying it, and you know if you're wrong, where you're going to sell it. And that is where you get separated from the good trader, from the bad trader, to the loser. The loser accepts the fact that some of these trades won't work. And then the hard part is not only accepting that, but taking the loss, getting out. But if every trade you put on has limited loss for unlimited gains, or small loss for medium, large, and unlimited, by just following the rules, you're going to make money. And my favorite rule is the market never fucking goes down anymore, right? So it's hard for me to believe it. I've lived it. I've been doing this my whole life. The market doesn't go down. Well, Kenny, it looks red today. Sure, right. But there's always a rally. Even on days where we crash, there's always a tradable rally. So the mantra is the market never goes down. And in this case, now these last couple of years, we really don't go down. So every time the market dips, it's a buying opportunity. So why not partake? Great. Whatever your idea is, right? Or I call it your inkling, your notion, your thesis. I think I blew up the other website. Hold on. Shit. Did I lose the other room? See, I can't do 3 things at once. Hang on. Do I got you guys still here? Uh-oh. Hang on. I did blow it up. Hang on, I gotta reload something. Oh, I think I just bought some silver. Oh, do you know about these new quarters these new $half are coming out? These semi quincentennials, the Liberty, enduring liberties. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I'm trying to buy 100. Don't want them. Hey, what up? Check my audio. No sound detected. Check, check. You guys still hear me? All right. Everybody's back. We all back. Very cool. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. And every morning we're banging them out, you know, and then it's just really about rinsing and repeating. You have we have a process that works, and then we just want to get you in front of the best stocks to use the process on. It's earnings reports and stocks that have unusual volume, like CRVS today, right? Just incredible. You see how it's trading with the blue line and it never went under the orange line. So the bullishness continues. And again, been a pretty good trade for us today. Somebody's talking about WRN. Let's see. WRN, pretty sweet. Little shot, little small guy, yeah, but there's the pattern. Faux show, bro. VWAP break. Not bad. All right, so let me strap in. I'm gonna go refresh. I'm sick again. I don't know what it is. I think the world is trying to tell me to stop drinking. I went out drinking. We went to Atlantic City. We had the greatest time, except watching the Bills get robbed. But really good time. DJ was pumping on all our stuff we love from the 70s and 80s. Like this song. Am I allowed to play songs on TikTok? I think I am, right? And if you know this song, You Got a Friend in Me Forever. Let me see if I can find it now. I can't even find it. Once he busted this thing out, we were having a good old time. Oh yeah, that's right. I'll be right back. I don't know if you guys can hear over the music. I don't know how it works, but I don't know what the copyright infringements are all about. But Thursday night, speaking about copyright infringements, right? We have our own DJ. So this Thursday night, I think we're bringing back what we call the schmooze. And what is important about it is the guys trade options. We prepare for that setup that makes us money, and then we plan our attack the night before. We have a couple of cocktails. I got my analyst friend who comes on. And by the way, RGTI working out pretty well. This was just a classic old, 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. And now you sell it, right? So now you got the 26 sold to you. Sell it. Sell it. Don't sell it all. But now you see these little jiggle zones, right? Now that you've gone parabolic, and by the way, I got the wrong chart up for you guys here. So now, again, We call this VWAPian law. When one of your stocks does the pattern that you know works, you're basically required by law to put this trade on. Because if you're not going to put this trade on, then why are you here? Right? And again, all you're doing all day when the market's open is you're looking for that setup around stocks that you like to trade. It's not about the, what they do. I like being a little familiar with what we're trading. I'm a big fan of space, rockets, robots, quantum AI, chips, nuclear, rare earth, and silver. Right? So speaking of that, I love me some Alcoa, right? So Alcoa is reporting soon. And then I get a little faux show, VWAP break, blue line, orange line. There's your reason to buy. And again, when you're buying it off the VWAP, you're limiting your risk. So you like yourself some Alcoa? So do I. I think they're going to have a blowout quarter. This thing's going to probably be at $80 before the year is up. Again, I don't give a shit about swing trading and owning stocks. I just like living in the moment. But I'm a fan, huge fan, right? Been trading Alcoa my whole life. So I go check on it every day. And I say, oh, look, it just broke down. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. So now I could buy it here at 60 and a quarter using 11 and 88 as my stops. Fake them out, shake them out areas are your stops. You get the blue line, you get the orange line. You're selling some here. And next thing you know, it pulls back. The pullback didn't even get you because it didn't break over below the orange line. And you got yourself a new trade. Now let's talk about this RGTI, right? So how do you stay in this business as long as I have? Sell. You buy a stock at 25.40, you're selling some here at 26. Now you can't lose. Now you can't lose, right? So now you raise your stop to the price where you sold some on the way up, which was basically $26. And if you sold on the way up, about $25.75. So that little pullback wick right there, that's one of your stops. And then the 26 right there will go right under the 26. So now you say to yourself, all right, let's take a look at 2 days worth of VWAP or 3 days. We're above there. Where's the 4? We're above there. We're above the 5. VWAP's not really helping us too much, except for that entry. So now you go back to classic old market mechanics. 26 gets you 26 quarter, 26 half. You raise your stop, you lock it in, and now you got yourself another winning trade. Let me show you the flip side on a trade that was a good long trade this morning, but then turned into a short. So here's 3M. Normally I'm a buyer of dips on earnings. And right there, this morning is where it faux showed, broke the VWAP. That's your entry. And in this case, you bought the stock at 159.79. You're selling some at 162, 163. And then when it rolls over, you sell the rest. And then because you're liquid now, why not take the other side of the trade? And you could go long and then get into a short. And then when you're doing that, you know you're doing the right thing. Yeah, sorry about that. Just walking through the RGTI trade. So again, this was just coming off the scanner, right? My friend, see, I wasn't thinking quantum until I started noticing IonQ, RGTI. I started studying all the quantum stocks starting to move, right? So then I looked at the chart. And I'm like, holy crap, I missed a faux show. I missed a VWAP break. You know what? Breaks 25.20, multi-day VWAP trade. Next thing you know, it's going green. So that is a 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. And that trade hasn't failed me. And it keeps working. And you keep taking it. So the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal, best trade we've ever had. It works well on most trades. It works best on earnings reports. But on days like today, it's an extravaganza of opportunity. Days where your market is gapping down, the more volatility, the better, the easier it is to trade. Especially because we're in a market that what? We're in a market that never goes down, right? So when you saw it down, you're like, oh, I thought this guy said the market never goes down. Wait for it. and then let VWAP remind you that, oh, right, we never go down anymore. Buy stocks. And now you're selling some rigatoni right here at 26.50, sold to you. And I'm late to the party on this. But when I see a faux show bro VWAP break, and I'm thinking, oh man, I wish I would have bought it here. 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 Then it goes green. Buy it. That's the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. And in a market that everybody knows the shorts are on the wrong side now. The market tried to go down. It did. It went down overnight. There has been zero selling today. Everybody's buying everything, just like every other day. There's never any selling. Nobody sells, except if you, and again, let me point out a stock that's going to zero, right? SRAD. I've been talking about this thing for weeks. When you got a stock, and again, I don't really swing trade. This is why I don't swing trade. I don't do too much anymore except for day trading, because I have a 90% probability of succeeding. Whereas when I own a stock, I have zero chance of succeeding. But I own the QQQ because that never goes down. There's a difference. Stocks go down, the market never goes down. That's why people lose money, right? So this stock SRAD, right? First of all, it got upgraded by 3 different companies up there. I was like, this is probably done, because upgrades are, when they're trying so hard to tell you to buy something, you go the other way. And then I sold out of it, and then it crashed, and I bought it back, and I should have sold it. And while the market was rallying almost every day, the stock was going down. What's that tell you? It stinks. If your stock seems to be red when the market's green, your stock's a dick. You want to hang out with this dick? No. Cut it free and just never look at it again. Most stocks suck. Most stocks are not worth your money to own. And the market or the stock, it tells you what's happening. And then your job is just to listen, like selling that rigatoni at 26.50. How you doing, right? Because half numbers and whole numbers are important, right? Half numbers and whole numbers. 26.50. You think it's a coincidence that it went to 26.50 exactly? The market's rigged. 100% rigged. And you trade the rigging of the market. And you'll be in the driver's seat. You should have audio. I'll refresh it for you. Hold on. Fall, hide. So there's so much that goes on a daily basis, especially when we're in earnings season, or when you have some, whatever was said about Greenland or tariffs. Nobody gives a shit about this stuff. Within a few hours, nobody cares, right? My proof that the market is rigged is that every day stocks will travel from the blue line to the orange line, almost to the penny. And when you go back and you look at it on multiple time frames, even during crashes and corrections and in the most volatile moments, the market regresses and goes back to specific price. And when you watch it every day, like I've been doing since the 90s, VWAP proves, and half numbers and whole numbers, it's programmed to go there. That's called the rigging of the market. It being rigged, people, when they hear that, they think, I knew the market was rigged, because they always think that's negative. The market being rigged is how we make money, because we know that certain things are going to happen, like when you sell your stock at 26.50 and then it pulls back to 26. That's the rigging. It's all programmed. So what we do is we just join in on the programming when the institutional order flow tells us to buy it, where it tells us to sell some, where it tells us to sell the rest. And then that's what we do. We play the rigging of the market, and it works. And 30 years later, or now it's more than 30 years, I'm still doing this. Absolutely incredible stuff. So again, this morning when the market was getting hammered, right? Well, it really wasn't getting hammered this morning. It was already hammered from overnight. We just wait for the confirmation that the buyers are here, and that's the blue line. And the confirmation kept happening. Every time it came to the blue line, it held it. and then it tried to get something down, tried to go down, and then it just gets back over the blue. That's telling you that the buyers are taking over this market. And then some volatility products that confirm it, but really price is the proof. And that's why, my friends, if you think silver is going to go down anytime soon, good luck shorting it more than for, a quick intraday trade. But absolutely thinking we're going at least 120. And if we get through 120, we're going to 150. 150 gets us 180. 180 gets us 250. And the same people that are talking about how it's overvalued, according to who? According to who? That when anybody says anything's overvalued, you say, according to who? Right? Overvalued to who? If a guy's buying the art, it's all overvalued, right? But according to the guy that just bought it from the other guy, he thinks it's still worth a lot of money. So according to them, it's worth a lot of money. According to me, it's worthless. What do I know? Kind of like cryptocurrency, completely worthless, irrelevant. If it all went to zero, that would just make silver go to 1 million. But inevitably, when crypto does crash and everybody starts running for the exits and they realize what they've done, and again, this might take years to come to the realization. Blockchain's real, but none of the fake currency things have any value. Inevitably, they're all going to go to zero, and maybe there'll be one coin left, and then it'll actually have value. How do I know about that? Is I went to buy a car the other day, and I said, hey, could I use Bitcoin? And the guy said to me, yes, sell your coin and give me the cash. I was like, there you go. So what's Bitcoin worth? Nothing. Guy wouldn't take it. I was like, but if I give it to you, you could sell it. No. He's like, why don't you just sell it and just give us the money? And that's where we're at. So if you guys have been struggling with some trading out there, if you guys want to help me conquer TikTok, that's my job this year. And if anybody is watching this video and you'd like to try to compete against me and my crew, I'll put up 100 grand anytime, anywhere, any place. No one's going to out-trade us. Nobody. And if you are looking at UVXY, you're getting all the confirmation that you need for this market to sustain another leg up here. And if you're shorting UVXY, even better. For that second rollover, you got a chance at it at a better price. Never got over VWAP. And now your short's working again. So yeah, if you just stick around long enough, we will expose the market rigging together. And if you guys ask anybody on TikTok that's come to the room, it's all we do. It's all we do. Expose the rigging and try to grab some money from it. And when you treat it like a job, you're not going to want to own stocks because you don't have any reason to own stocks. By the way, speaking of not owning a stock, this Trump stock, right? Just absolute dog shit, right? Everybody knows. The stock went down almost every day while the market's been ripping and ripping and ripping. But lately, it's been fun to trade because it's back in play. But not today. Well, there it is. So how do I know it's back in play? Here you go. For some reason, it doesn't want to pull it up right away. Weird. Why are you quoting Ronan? Oh, man. The color of the boathouse is red, according to my eye doctor. This is what I thought you were saying in the first place. I just went to the eye doctor. I had a there was a boathouse in the distance. I had to stay focused, and it was red. But right now, market rippage. Shorts are on the wrong side as always. You know why? Take a guess. You're the second person to ask me that. Or is that the same person? What's the color of the boathouse at Hereford? What is the color of the boathouse? What was the color of the boathouse? Was it red? Or was it green? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to take an early break today. I took a little profit on that rigatoni. Wasn't bad. I'm a little left out of the party today, but that's okay. Just, my God, I'm sick again. I haven't been sick 2 days this close to each other. I don't know. Something's in the air, my friends. I caught that gross flu on January 1st, and today I'm just, my throat's burning up. But I wanted to say hello. If you guys are interested, send us an email. We do this live every day, even when I'm sick. And then if you show me your algorithm, I'll show you mine. And then you get to meet my pal over there. I traded USAR. I just traded rigatoni, USAR this morning. Big fan of the stock. And again, it's not about whether I like stocks or not. I like chart patterns. So missed the first one. And then it comes back and does this chart pattern that I like so much called the fake amount, shake amount, VWAP break, $19.20 stock. I'm risking 30 cents. I get 3 candles in my way. At 3 candles that go my way. And next thing you know, I got a day's pay. What's a day's pay? It's all relative. I try to make, 250, 300 bucks a day, have some fun. Some days are better than others. Some days I don't trade at all. And right now, the trade right now is short UVXY. Because once the fear starts to come out of the market, UVXY goes down. And I'm expecting it to now continue to the downside. Even if I'm wrong for the next 10 or 20 minutes, this thing is easy short. It's built to go down. And I'm planning on cashing out hopefully around 38 bucks and then 37.50. I mean, there's so many great trades today. It's hard to list them all. I mean, now you're getting to the point where you might be able to bang the head on the keyboard and hit the buy button. You'll be all right. A lot of good trades happening right now. But I joined in again. No, I trade stock. Yeah, I'm short the UVXY, but I do sell naked calls on UVXY. It was one of my favorite trades, but I went over my head last year and I got annihilated. But don't do that. Never trade on margin if you can't afford it. I was 10 times over my head on this one trade. It's just I got a little crazy. But today was just standard practice. Little open today. That worked out. NVTS, I trade a lot. A couple IPOs. StubHub was pretty good this morning, and then it rolled over and died. But you see how this is where I say the rigging of the market. It went to the blue, and then it went to the orange, and that's where it stopped going up. These aren't coincidences. The market's programmed around what we built. Because just from observing VWAP over any extended period of time, we just now trade around those parameters. And it works. And that's my story. And now I'm going to go rest my voice because without it stinks. Hate not being able to talk. My wife will be thrilled, but I need my voice. Yeah, give a chance at IVF. IVF. Well, if I was in it, I would have sold it. But now, you see what it's doing here? It's holding that prior day VWAP, right? So if you're thinking about buying it again, normally I wait to see if a double bottom gets tested, holds it, then you buy it and you use that area as a stop. But if it consolidates at the prior day VWAP and gets over today's, that's usually a good buy also. So I trade options, I trade stock. Mostly I trade stock because I'm a little bit more nimble. And then there are just stocks that just don't go down anymore, like ASTS, which, this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning was awesome. This at the open was awesome, right? And then, again, this is what trading is great. If you're patient enough to wait for the trade, you'll make money, right? So right here, you missed it here, you missed it here, you missed it here, you missed it here, and then it comes back, holds the VWAP, little fake them out, shake them out, test, back above orange, buy it, and now you're risking 60 cents, and the stock goes up 3 points. That's trading. How do you short? By buying the stock instead of options. How do you short? You just sell the stock first. Shorting is you sell first, buy second. By the way, I think we're probably going to end up green by the end of the day. It just seems that we've trapped enough shorts. Big fan of the chip stocks. They're all green. That usually is the first sign. And then you got space rockets, robots, quantum. And, the more it feeds on itself, the shorts get spooked. Next thing you know, I usually will send me an email so you never miss any live content. Kenny Glick at AOL.com. We go live on the private website first. I'll do some TikTok. Again, I got no voice now, but if I'm feeling hot or feeling not hot or hot or better, I usually come on around 8:30. I do two websites. I do a live session, and then I go live on my own site for a good, usually 9:15 to about 12 o'clock. And then I got my man who comes on when he's free, and he talks about his algorithm and more about what we love to trade, these algorithmic just ebb and flow of this market. Eastern Standard Time, yes, my friend. And again, the best part of what we do is it's repeatable. It's the same process over and over again. And 8 years from now, I'll be talking about the same thing because it works. And if you know anything about this industry, it's a lot of scams out there. Even the people that do know what they're doing, they try to resell you. They try to repackage the same bullshit and resell it to you with a different name because they're not making money as a trader. So they got to sell you some other shit, right? I've been selling the same thing since 07. Nothing's changed because it works. And that's what I pride myself on. And that's what we do here. You come in, you see if it works for you, and you'll notice pretty quickly it's a pretty damn good trade. And this today could be going down in history as your best day ever if we continue on the path right here. Chances are we could be green by the end of the day. But man, there's been a plethora of great ideas. The whole market, my friend, hell yeah. And once you truly accept it, that it is rigged, not only is it rigged intraday, I believe that it's pre-programmed, like almost days, if not weeks in advance. And then once a stock has a catalyst, they set the program free and it just trades those parameters. And then you join in when the risk is in your favor. Because you don't know, the program tries to screw you. But we understand that the program's trying to screw us. Right. Human in behavior and the emotions, yeah. Now with AI and all that, it's almost thinking about how to screw you. But when you understand price, you can't be screwed. You will occasionally, but that's the game. The less you get screwed or manipulated or, jiggled or shuffled out of your trade, the better you're going to be. That's why you always take a little bit of profits on the way up, raise your stop. If you're short, cover on the way down, lower your stop, and then that process becomes repeatable. And for me, my downfall is owning stocks. If it's not the QQQ, I suck. Like it's beyond comprehension at this point. And I'll leave you on this note. I suck at owning stocks. I don't know what it is. I used to be all right. I used to be somebody. I thought you said I was all right, Spider. I used to be able to pick stocks. And again, about 3 years ago, I picked a lot of good names because they were coming out of a bear market. That's why I like bear markets. AMD, my illegitimate son has retired. He's got $2.5 million worth of AMD. He bought 10,000 shares because Big Papi bought it for him. He got it at $2.50, and he's still in this trade. Good for him, right? I buy a stock, it turns to shit within 3 days. It's just insane. I teach him how to, not only do I teach you how to build the chart, I build the chart for you and I give it to you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I give you the algorithm that I built and I put it on the chart for you. That you got to pay for. But I demonstrated how well it works before I do anything. And that's what makes me different. And that's what makes my pal Solid different. We teach you this stuff while we're working with it. And while you're learning, you can earn. And then we all keep doing it. It's volume weighted average price, VWAP for short. And don't call it VWAP. It's VWAP. But I'd like to show you, I'll just email me if you guys haven't. I'll show you what this is all about. You got one more day. We're having a little transition on the website right now. And yeah. Well, you don't have to auto trade it. If you're in front of the screen, just like this, rigatoni trade, if you're in front of the screen, it's all about risk reward, right? So you're just getting involved. Again, nobody knows that it's going to follow through. But when you see the stuff work time and time and time again, you keep doing it and it works. And then you just got to go back to the rules, right? Obviously, I got in late, but I know if a stock gets through today's VWAP, right? And oh, hold on. Trying to kick me off before I'm ready to go. So again, all of this stuff, right, is a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you see something work, you keep doing it, right? And then when it doesn't work, it's small losses. That's the part that gets lost in translation a lot. Oh, you lose money? Hell yeah, all the time. But you try to just do the best you can. Manage the loss. You can have 10 losses in a row and make money on that 11th trade and make money in this business. And that's the fact, Jack. That's why track records are bullshit. Win-loss ratios are garbage. It doesn't matter. It always comes down to risk management and money management. Like, I know I have 2 trades right now that I shouldn't even be in. Why am I choosing to be in them? I'm choosing to be a schmuck on my swing trading right now. Because I'm now I feel like, all right, maybe I could dollar cost average my way out, which is another bad trade. That's why I don't do it, And one of the things I learned right away is gambling on options before an earnings report comes out is a losing game. So I stopped doing that. I've been much better off. What I trade is the earnings after. And that's when you have an advantage. But we'll talk more. Thank you for being here. I'm just going to go rest now and we'll get back into this tomorrow. We'll TikTok, we'll YouTube. And if you guys want to help me promote, I use the barter system. I love the barter system. If you help me, help me, help you, help me, help me, help you, we all can do this together. And then help me take over TikTok, and maybe TikTok will help me. I've reached out to them to try to get a contest going. Who is officially the #1 trader on TikTok? I'm willing to put in $100,000 as prize money. And I've been challenging people on YouTube for almost 10 years. Not one person has stepped to me. And now I'm going to do it on TikTok, and we'll see if anybody wants to step up. Because I believe me and my pal Solid could outtrade any two other human beings any day, anytime, any place. And I'd be willing to put up the money. And I don't even want your money when I win. I just want you to teach me how the hell you got 27,000 people watching you when you obviously don't know what you're talking about. All right. Nice. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys. And if you're interested in coming to hang out, I'll send me an email, Kenny Glick at AOL.com. I still use AOL. I'm old. And I'll give you a free look from behind the scenes. But I'm doing a lot on the front end here. But it's better to be with us privately so I can tell you how I really feel, because TikTok gets a little weird with my language. All right? Thanks once again. I don't even know how to shut this thing off. I literally, this is my first time here. Hold on. All right, there it is. Thank you for being here on my first screen sharing attempt. Do I use level 2 on Thinkorswim? No, I have my own level 2 on a different platform. Yeah, I'll show it to you when you come to the room. And when this market actually does crash, we're all going to be doing it together, and it's going to be a great day. Today, like the other Nudnik on TikTok, he was calling this a crash. I'm like, you've never seen a crash, my friend. This is not even a down big. It's a fart in the wind. All right? You'll know what a crash looks like. It's a lot different from what you're looking at right now. All right. See ya. All right. Yeah, I got nothing. My throat's about to just close up completely, so I'm gonna go rest. Can't believe I'm sick again. This stinks. All right. So anyway, listen, this market is on cruise control probably for the rest of the day. All I got is UVXY short. And as long as that's not above 39.06 this time, I'm staying short probably for the rest of the day. Taking some profit. I'm not worried about this thing ripping in my face just now. That's me. My stop's right there. 39.06. It's all I got now. That's all I got. A little trade in rigatoni. I haven't really done much, but it's just very difficult to be a shorter. That's for shit sure, man. There really hasn't been any really reason to short. I was about to get short the Qs, but I had to wait to make sure this wasn't a faux show, bro. And it was. And luckily, we had some 607s. I bought them at 49. I banged them out at 79 as a goof. And next thing you know, nice little out there. All right. I'll probably be back at 3 o'clock, but I feel like I'm gargling razor blades right now. So I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later.